Ay, salamat po. Before I will proceed to my presentation po, allow me to thanks po muna yung aking mga very po talaga, yung panelists namin dati. Revise, na po to bali, revise application of education and na-incorporate na rin po yung mga comments, suggestions, and recommendations ng ating mga mahusay po. Thank you so much, Ma'am Ambi. Thank you so much, Dr. Manabat. And thank you so much, Ma'am Dr. Rosalyn, our ASDS. So this is my revised title, Applying Educational Legal Basis to Students' Observable Behaviors, a reference guide for parents and teachers. According to clinic expert, nagtanong po ako sa guidance counselor, instead of using manifestation, mas better to use observable behaviors kasi those are only observable behaviors na hindi pa talaga clinically diagnosed, sabi po. Yeah, kaya thank you rin po. So, and before, kasi honestly speaking, talagang napakalinya ko rin po yung SPED, no po, kasi ang MAED ko po ECE. And then, pero sa, ako, regular class, ibig sabihin na sa grade 3 po as advisor. Pero as a master teacher, gusto ko malaman lahat po, para if in case may mga queries, may mga kailangang concerns sa mga co-teachers, kung masagot ko po. And then, very grateful po ako, kasi as teacher 1 po, is talagang linya ko na po yung magbigay ng help, mag-provide ng mga kailangan po sa mga anak natin na nangangailangan po ng talaga ng tulong. Mabigyan sila ng proper treatment or mga kailangan ng needs po nila. So, inag-aral po ako ng aking PhD sa Bulacan State University. Sabi ko, this is maybe yung opportunity talaga. And then dumitaw po yung application of education. So, yung nagkaroon po ng application of education, ginrab ko po yung opportunity. Kaya eto po, allow me to present na po. Students' observable behaviors in school, such as mga attendance patterns, mga students natin na almost nasa no longer participating na po sila, classroom participation, discipline issues, learning engagement, and social interactions. Ito yung madalas na mga may concerns yung mga parents natin and teachers. And then according to 1987 Convention on the Rights of the Child, dapat daw upholds the right of children and change the way children are viewed and treated from passive objects of care, charity to human beings with a distinct set of rights. So nalagi naman po natin na yung education for all. And then the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities aims to protect, promote, and ensure the full and equal enjoyment of all human rights. And the Department of Education is actively promoting inclusive education to ensure that learners with disabilities, even though those students na observable behaviors, ay magbigyan ng equal opportunities for learning and development. So, nakapag-isip po ako, and this is from our ASDS and from Ma'am Ami and Dr. Manabat. Sabi, instead of policy analysis, bakit hindi ka gumawa ng isang reference guide or isang pamphlet na to help your teachers to solve their queries? And then this is a reference guide will be developed to bridge the gap between educational law and classroom practice. And then mahilig po rin ako mag-ask ng questions. Na-ask ko siya, instead of pamphlet, can be a reference guide. And thank you po ako sa mga comments for that. And this endeavor aligns with global commitment to inclusive and equitable educations as outlined in the Sustainable Development Goals or SDG 4, as well as the national efforts to enhance the educational rights of all learners regardless of their abilities. And aking purpose, or the purpose of our application of education, applying educational legal basis to students' observable behaviors, seeks to empower parents, teachers with legal awareness and practical understanding, ensuring that student concerns are addressed not only with care, professionalism, but also in accordance with the existing laws, policies that uphold the best interests of every learners, instead of answering the queries, concerns of our parents and teachers by our own opinion or based on our observation, mas better accordance with the existing laws and policies. And then dito po nakapag-come up tayo ng applying educational legal basis to student observable behaviors, a reference guide for parents and teachers. These applications is based doon sa natutunan ko pong subject sa Education Management 516. Policy Analysis Education at Bulacan State University served as a practical reference tool for both parents and teachers, bridging the gap between educational policies and classroom realities. Kasi one of the, based on this subject po is policy analysis or review po, wherein answering the queries and concerns of the teachers and even though the parents po using legal basis. Talagang tinuruhan kami how to interpret and incorporate po yung mga legal basis in answering their queries and concerns. So this subject also focuses on policy analysis as a tool for understanding how education systems are shaped by policies and how those policies impact educational outcomes. So this policy or this application ensures accessible and reinforce positive student behavior, ensure adherence to educational laws, and serve as reference in decision-making processes within the academic setting. Ito po yung madalas na itanong ng kapwa-guro ko. Before ako mag-ano dito, talagang kasi based doon sa pag may mga classroom observation, even though pag nakakaranas sila ng mga students na may mga observable behaviors, tinatanong, nililista ko po yun, and sumasagot ako based sa legal basis. Pero madalas, paulit-ulit, same lang sila ng mga questions po. Paano ko malalaman kung may manifestation ng aking estudyante? Ano ang tamang paraan ng pagtuturo sa mga batang may manifestation? Paano ko, sir, iaangkop yung lesson plan ko with, parang sinasabi mong differentiated activities, ganun daw po. Marami silang questions na sinasagot natin using the legal basis. Ito yung gap analysis and opportunities in the current world. So, despite the existence of comprehensive educational laws and policies governing student welfare, discipline, and protection, a significant gap remains in the practical application of the school, even those at household levels. Parents and some teachers are often unfamiliar with specific legal provisions related to student behaviors. Ito po yung one of the reasons or gaps bakit po kailangan tayo magkaroon ng reference guide to help our teachers and parents to answer their queries because lack of awareness may result in inconsistent responses, misinterpretation of student behavior, or intentional violations of learners' rights. So to address based on personal judgment rather than legal and policy-based guidance, ang nangyayari po kasi sa kanila, instead of answering the queries, nagkakaroon na lang ng personal judgment, even rather than legal and policy-based guidelines. So ang ginagawa po nila, there's a lack of single user-friendly reference guide that compiles relevant legal bases and translate into them into practical responses tailored to common behavioral concerns raised by parents and teachers. Misunderstanding regarding legal responsibilities and limitations may cause tension between parents and teachers when addressing student behavior. Tama po, di ba? Nakaka-relate po yung mga teachers dito. Sometimes nagkakaroon sila ng misunderstanding sa parents kasi nga doon sa mga issues regarding the student behavior. Pero lagi ko sinasabi sa mga ka-teachers ko, answer them with a legal basis po. So dapat lagi talaga naka-align tayo sa mga legal basis natin. This will be the objective of application of education. Identify the common student observable behaviors in school and home setting that frequently raise concerns among parents and teachers. Yun yung unang goal ko po, is to identify the common and then compile relevant educational legal bases, including laws, policies, and DepEd insurance that govern student behavior, discipline, protection, and support. Provide accurate and consistent responses through frequently asked questions of parents and teachers regarding student behavior based on existing legal frameworks. And support schools in ensuring compliance with educational laws and policies while fostering a safe, inclusive, and supportive learning environment. Ito yung pinaka-last nating objective. We're to develop and utilize a practical reference guide that applies educational legal basis in addressing student observable behaviors, thereby strengthening parents and teachers' understanding, collaboration, and lawful decision-making in support of our learners' holistic development. So yung proposed intervention natin will be the development and implementation of a legal-based reference guide on student observable behavior designed for our parents and teachers. So makakrap po siya using yung mga data process or methods. The reference guide will serve as preventive, instructional, and consultative tool to support consistent and child-centered decision-making in addressing student behavior. It will be used during parent-teacher conferences, guidance interventions, classroom management planning, and school-level discussions. Yung method natin will be descriptive developmental research design kasi po, in terms of descriptive developmental research design will emphasizes the systematic design, development, and evaluation of an educational product intended to address an identified need, which is a reference guide for our students, for our learners, for our parents and teachers about sa mga observable behaviors of our students. So our participants will be the teachers and also yung parents. Select yung parents po ng mga magulang na may observable behavior kasi we will use purposive sampling. A purposive sampling is appropriate because it ensures that the participants have relevant knowledge, experience, and insight into student behavior and the application of educational legal basis. So yung magiging participants po natin dito, yung mga may reported na cases po na ano talaga sa office, yung nag-drop, ay na longer participating, nakipag-away. So mga issues po na and concerns talaga ay cases na may basis po and reported. The instrument will be used are the following po. The first structure questionnaire. So to identify common observable student behaviors, and we will be having a document analysis checklist. This is to systematically review and extract relevant provisions from educational laws and to ensure comprehensive and accurate compilation of legal bases to be included in our reference guide. A reference guide drop template. Lagi naman po kasi ganito po as a drop kasi we will allow our validators kasi po iba-validate talaga natin yung magagawa nating reference guide using the quality assurance po. And also we will ask the guidance counselors regarding that po and other clinical experts about it po para talagang masabi po natin na tama po yung pagsagot natin. And even though yung mga legal basis natin ay papadaan po natin possible sa region na makakatulong po sa atin to assess if yung legal basis aligned to answer the queries and concerns of our parents and teachers. And the data gathering methods, first muna, we will identify the extract legal provisions, lahat po ng policies and guidelines, all of the legal basis na about sa student observable behavior ng students natin, kukunin ko po, compile ko, kailangan po yun. Para sa second po natin, may mga common student behaviors na nakikita, yun yung gagawin natin sagot sa kanila doon po sa structure questionnaire. The third phase will be focus group discussion. We will be having an interview po sa ating mga teachers and also sa guidance designate. Kasi ang guidance designate po namin, siya yung nagko-compile ng mga reported cases po regarding sa mga, yun nga po, yung mga observable behavior na re-report ng mga teachers. Nakasama rin minsan yung mga magulang. And then the gathered data will be synthesized to drop the user-friendly reference guide presenting observable student behavior. The drop guide will be validated by our school head. Siyempre po, ipopresent ko even do sa teachers natin kung yun po ba talaga yung mga lumitaw or mga madalas na queries nila as sa parents. And also, guidance counselors, legal or educational experts to ensure clarity, accuracy, and the usability of our reference guide. Finally po, the data triangulation will be performed also. The data collected from document review, questionnaires, focus group discussion, and interviews of sa ating mga instruments will be using for practical reference guide po. Quantitative data po gagamit tayo for our questionnaires, particularly the student checklist, no? Student behavior checklist will be analyzed using descriptive statistics. And also we will be having a qualitative data from open-ended questionnaires responses and during our focus group discussions. And interviews will undergo thematic analysis to identify the patterns, madalas po na lumilitaw na observable behaviors, insights, and contextual examples related to the challenges of applying legal bases in addressing student behavior. The results from quantitative and qualitative analysis will be triangulated to ensure consistency, validity, providing a comprehensive understanding of observable behaviors and stakeholders queries, so yung mga parents po natin. That's it po. Thank you so much po.